Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and technically still good morning, 10:55 here. Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, your host for this chat thing that we've been doing on and off, getting us through this challenging time on planet Earth. Today's subject, inner child care. I'm going to do it, I have a feeling, from a different perspective than usual, but we'll see how that goes. So we'll see who populates the room, our usual suspects. This is for anybody new or watching this later. It's totally free to go ahead and skip ahead. We do a wish at 11:11 a.m. It's just something that started happening and we made it a thing because we usually do these at 11 a.m. and or 11 p.m. Sometimes both, sometimes only one. Usually try and do at least one a day to reach out to people. This is a temporary thing during this time of global, you know what I'm talking about. So we'll see what happens, but it seems like we'll be doing it for a while. I promised to do it a while to get us through this, and we're not quite through it. It's not quite into the other side. It may not be for a while, so that's okay. This is my service. I'm a Virgo, and I'm enjoying myself. The morning readings are already done. They will post 12 noon as soon as this hits 12 o'clock. It will post. They were really good. Like, I think the majority of the readings were all very supportive and bright and happy, considering I used tarot, Daughters of the Moon tarot, with the Healing with the Angels Oracle, that combo. They were pretty good. So they will post right after this. So if you have not subscribed and hit notifications yet, please do. Literally putting out content every day, doing the next 3 of the Path of True Love reads, the 7-card draws. They're fun. They are fun. I'm enjoying them. I'm enjoying the process of them. They're going to be like, I just have a feeling like between 35, 40 minutes. What are you going to do? But my God's told me today, slow down, take everything. I've got a client today at 1 o'clock. I'm going to try and get 3 videos done. I'm also editing some of the stuff for the prayer and practice series for the weekend so that I can take the day off and still have content loading. That's what it means to be a producer. It is Drawing the Circle Productions. So when you're in the room, just give a holler. I know I jump in a little early to warm up the room for myself. The caffeine has already taken effect. This is just water. I had to Wim Hof myself out of bed, but I did. The morning readings were a hoot. Moon is in Cancer all day until 9:00 something tonight. Hi. Did you say mom? Mon? Oh, it's too far away. Hold on. I have to get closer. Oh, my old man blue eyes. Morn, mom, hi. Meow, doll face. Oh, mom, like mom. Yes. It is so very a Cancerian Moon Tuesday. Little restless child inside of me. I love you too, sweetheart. This is so cute. Meow, meow, doll face. Well, Moon's going into Leo tomorrow, so we'll have some more fun today. Today, I wanted to go inside and just check in with the inner child to see how everybody's doing on the inside. I wanted to talk about it a bit, too, that the inner child, you know, I've said it before, got a bad rap in the 90s as being really the ego co-opted it and turned it into a narcissistic endeavor, which necessary to an extent. I mean, even psychology to an extent in terms of the exploration of self, it can be a little singular, right? But that's necessary. It's a necessary part of it. See, but I never had the lack of empathy. Like, I'm an empath. That's just born in. I can't like unempathize myself unless I'm really drunk and I don't drink that much. So there you have it. Good morning, Donna Bella. I don't know that we'll have a good time today. We'll have a time. Inner child work is it's not just a technique, it's a relationship you have with yourself. And so I have decided I needed a pillow for this today because the moon is in Cancer. And I've got a big piece of bar selenite. Kal-El dropped by you know, when he can get away from her. Brings me little pieces. He said, just, you know, find a nice pond somewhere surrounded by a mountain, throw it in. New summer home. Those Kryptonians are so thoughtful. Good morning, D. Hansel. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yay, just 11 a.m. I've been coming in like 5 minutes early if I can, just to kind of say what's going on for me schedule-wise. Like today I've got a private client, and then I'm going to try and do the next 3 readings, Cancer, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, for the 7-card draw Path of True Love reads, which I really like. I like the format. I mean, I always do card draws, but the pattern of them I like. They're really easy to put together at the end, like this plus that. I mean, they all don't always have to do that, by the way. They can just be clues and tips and hints from different aspects of the divine. But I like it when they fit together in Virgo. I like puzzles. I like them. I'll put them together. Oh, look. Another edge of blue sky. That's helpful. Find the edges first. We're good, man. So how are your inner children? I know we're going to get down to it in a little bit, but again, we're quiet, reserved, tasteful little group of what's usually, you know, the flying Walendas in the morning. But moon is in Cancer. I get it. I get it. We all have to mother ourselves a bit today, particularly if you're going to mother others. Unintended rhyme. Oh, this inner child is kicking and screaming. Okay, so at least we know someone's not getting her way. That's what that means. Not getting her way. And it's okay that she's not getting her way, and it's okay that she's kicking and screaming. But she needs to be heard and loved. That's really the thing. It's not like you need to actually kick and scream. That's where I think things went awry with the inner child rebirthing thing. Like the ego grabbed a hold of it and made it special. So your pain is special. So then why in the world would you heal it? Right? It's not about taking it out on anybody. It's not about being childish. It's about giving love to yourself. We'll talk about all of this, but this is why I love inner child work, because it helps dissolve the ego. It heals the innocence of your heart. It blesses all hearts simultaneously. I mean, it's almost like, I want to say one-stop shopping, and it's a horrible way to say it, but it's like, it really, I mean, it's healing alchemizing the lead to gold in the child archetype, and we can pull those cards. We can talk about the child archetype if you want. Yeah, I feel like I'm just trying to keep the fire contained. Well, that's the thing. Because that's what we were told to do. That's what we were taught to do. It's like, keep it inside. Don't cry out loud. Just keep it inside. Learn how to hide your feelings. Yet fly high and proud. But if you should fall, remember, you almost had it all. This baby card of the day, the circus came to town. Can imagine some of you just go, what was that? What was that? That was the 70s is what that was, is exactly. Was that Melissa Manchester? I mean, again, you know how I am with names, not great. Good morning, Malenka. Good morning, Malenka. I still got some sleep in my eyes. Good for you. Remember, I read these backwards, just like I never read them in order. It's like, I don't know why. I just don't. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do. Great, you've got me musical. It's your fault. Because this inner child is also the playful soul, right? It's the seeds of the higher self. It has the pin codes to our success. But it's not going to give it to us if we don't, you know, give it the love that it needs, that only we can give us. Like, think of it that way. There's love that only I can give myself. Why am I not giving it to myself? Either because I didn't know or I don't know how. Well, here's how. Here's one way. Here's, I know, I'm drinking. It keeps me, like, you have, my half bath, my half bathroom is right there, like literally. It's like pee breaks easy. But you know, the second I'm like, yeah, for a while, blessed be, click, it's like, poof, Like this, I just teleport, I telepathy, I just telepathy into, yeah. Oversharing. It's what, well, not really what Virgos do, but it's certainly what Leo risings do. Oh, today is Stevie Nicks' birthday. Oh, well, we should reconsider her. Reconsider her. That's such a great song. What is that? What is that? What is that song? Oh, Silver Spring, such a great old song. Time cast a spell on you that you won't forget me. Oh, am I going to start busting out in tears? I know I could have loved you, but you would not let me. You won't let me pick you up, Melky, without being a cannonball full of razor blades. I love him. I'll follow you down till the sound of my voice will haunt you. Great spell, by the way. Not the healthiest thing, but a great spell. You'll never get away from the sound of the mama that loves you. He's like, shut up, Mom. Teenagers. You them an inch they swim all over you. I know. But that song you got to get. Like, that one is very specifically my first divorce. Like, that's like, well, and a good part of the Globe Sessions, Sheryl Crow. Kind of puts you in the era, time-wise. Like, my favorite mistake, oh my God. Like, so when they put together, when those two got together for the Practical Magic soundtrack, and the crystalline knowledge of him drove me like a magnet. I doubt that's the gayest thing I'll do today, but we know it's high on the register. It's high in the G's, but that's a good thing. Dear. Good morning. Oh, I know, I just sang a whole bunch I didn't drink for it. It's not alcohol. You're not trying to get me drunk. You're trying to keep me hydrated, to keep the skin doing what it does. Here, do you want to entertain the people? Now you realize you have a public function like the rest of us do. There we go. You can brush the Melky. I mean, people make so much money on YouTube just like brushing their cat. Like, I made $10,000 because I made a sweater out of everything I removed from brushing my cat. And I sold it on eBay. It's more of an Etsy, though, isn't it? Come here. Oh, he's my good boy. I love Stevie Nicks. Hi, Grace. She's like a cat in the dark, and then she is the darkness. Unless it's Melky, you hear him coming. You can come up on the. They're not allowed up on the table. That's why they're like, what's going on? What happened? Have all-star rules been suspended forever? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm so sorry that you don't know what I'm talking about. Come here. All right, you good? It's never enough. I think you could brush him bald. He loves that thing. He loves his brush. Talking about mommying. 9, 10, 11. All right, so we got 2 minutes before our wish, and then we're going to do our prayer, and then we're going to talk about you make good TV. Go on, go play with your brothers. Go play with a leaf or something. That was great. I sipped my coffee for that one. Oh. Oh. Gotcha. I know. I know. He's my good boy. No, go play. Oh, look, Tweaky. A Tweaky is not what you think. It is a Q-tip. Ready? Go get it. Go get it. Watched it go. Didn't move. All right. Cats. It's almost 11:11. You got your wish ready? Yeah, I got my wish ready. General area wish. I'm going to make a GAW, general area wish. Gaw. A gay gaw. That doesn't sound right. Hi, love. Oh my God. Lay down, lay down. Lay down, lay down. You are so cute. Literally. He's not my familiar. He's my son. 11:11. Make a wish. Breathe. So would it be. And so it is. There we go. Let's breathe. Let's stay with this vibe. Everyone, open your eyes, close your eyes, just get comfortable. We're going to do this morning prayer. We're going to give this child in our hearts individually and collectively the love that only we can give him, her, it, whatever. Breathe. And really, if you're going to breathe, breathe a few lung buckets on this one. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hyperventilate, at least not yet. Be gentle but full in your breath. Breathing in all that you need, known and unknown, right? Breathing out all that you don't know, need, known and unknown. Divine Mother, Divine Father, right? Cancerian, Capricorn, the Moon, Saturn. And it's from this more relaxed place that I offer this prayer. Dearest God, Goddess, all that is. We surrender this time spent together today for your purposes. May they serve your purposes, because we are here only to be truly helpful. We are here to represent you who sent us. We don't have to worry about what to say or what to do, because you who sent us are directing us, and we are content to go wherever you wish, uncomfortable though it may be at times, knowing that we do not go there alone, and that we are being healed as we are being taught how to heal. So please, in this conversation, this live stream, what have you, show us what you'd have us do, where you'd have us go, what you would have us say, and to whom, that we may do the inner child care that you inspired me to talk about today, that with your guidance and grace, we may all heal a little bit more in the ways perfect to us individually, and manifesting within all of life, if not just all of humanity. May we all be mothered. May we all be blessed. May we all receive the love that only we can give ourselves. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So might it be. Amen. Forgot the knocky knock. He's still there. He's sphinxing out. You can't see it, but there he is. Hey, buddy. It's like having a cute, adorable, black, furry critic sitting right next to me. That's what it's like. I'm still doing that. Don't worry if anybody thinks I'm going to get, my head's going to swell. I have cats. Cats and I'm a witch. Believe me, the gods don't let me get away with that. Yeah, Mom, where's the brush? That's what he wants. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I missed something here. Oh, someone lost a kitty. Oh, I'm so sorry, Des. Oh, sorry. I missed all of that with the prayer and all that. Blessed be. I know. My mom said to me, my mom's a teacher. She said, we're supposed to outlive our pets. The other way isn't fair. And she's true. She's true. She's right. That's absolutely true. Anyway. Sphinxing out. Yeah. You can just see the top. Yep, he's there. He's there. I could make him arch his tail, but let's let him rest. He can rest for a little bit. There. So the inner child, right, loves that, the nature child, the magical child, the divine child, the eternal child, right? The orphan child. I say the magical child, yeah, the divine child, all those child archetypes, the creative, the runaway, the brat. Just Jungian alone, the inner child is a warehouse. It's a Costco of archetypal, ancient, everybody's got the child archetype, right? Like everybody's got the child. Everybody was a child. No one was born 40 years old, all erudite and got it together. No, it's one of the 4 survival family archetypes. And that's just Jungian. Right? Oh, what Freud would have to say on the nature of the relationships of mother and father, and then there's the ego, which is when the inner child is inflamed, if you want to look at it that way, right? When the inner child isn't getting what it wants, it's tired, exhausted, just like when a baby's crying, you know, and a baby's like, I don't know, hungry or whatnot. I know how babies work. I know how babies work. A kid. I love kids. And then my humor runs in a different direction that we're not going to, yeah. But, you know, the inner child needs care, just like an outer child needs care, but just a very, very, very different kind, particularly because the inner child can manifest from things that happened earlier today, right? It's so not all about your childhood. It's about your innocence. It's about your sense of safety in the world. It's about your sense of emotional safety. It's about the emotional stuff, not just about your childhood, which I'm sure everybody has to an extent, right? I cut the Buddha some slack. He's the Dalai Lama. It's the Dalai Lama. But then also in there is the archetypal child, right? The divine child, that we are all one. That, yeah, there is only one begotten child of God, and we're all it, right? We are the descendants of, we inherit the hidden children of the gods, right? So there's so many pieces of our personality in there. It's like the inner child is the perfect gestalt for whatever it is that we got to heal emotionally. Like, really is true if you look at it that way, if you do the research, because there's so many different ways in to the inner child through meditation. I mean, my initial work with the inner child was from a spiritual teacher, but it brought me quickly to John Bradshaw and the more psychological side. Remember, I was raised by a teacher and a lawyer, so it really did appeal to that aspect of the work. And I started doing inner child work when I was like, what, 18 years old? So I got a bit of a jump on it, but you know, then Carolyn Mace comes out with Sacred Contracts. And then I worked with Ralphie Finn, brilliant spiritual teacher in the 90s, about the divine child being the true, really the seeds of the higher self within the body, that the wounded child is like a cloud around, or if you like, the ego child. So many different ways in that I don't think you can have and I'm going to put this in air quotes, bad inner child experience, because whatever that child needs, if you're just going there with love, allowance, space, say to it what you would say to a child, say to it what was never said to you that you wanted to be said to you. Like that's the pin code, right? To give that child the compliments that it never got or wanted, got, and didn't believe because they didn't come from you, right? This is not a technique. This is not a healing process. It's a relationship, and probably your most important one, because it affects every other relationship you have. It's a relationship with yourself. I know it's cliche, but it's true. So does all of that make sense? There's the chat lecture portion of today's thing. Just to get down to it, just close your eyes, hug a piece of selenite, grab a moonstone or crystal, hey, a brick at this point, whatever works. Because, honey, holographically, as we heal that child in our hearts, and it's not even that we go in to heal the child, we go in to love the child. The love does the healing. And then the child doesn't have to drive the show and take us over. And we end up looking back at our choices and decisions and going, couldn't have happened any other way, but I learned that wasn't really me. That was the pain of my inner child lashing out because she didn't get what she wanted because it didn't go his way. And now he's punishing himself, which is more what mine tends to do than punish other people. Still not great. Yeah. So take a deep breath. This isn't necessarily procedural. This isn't like, now we'll do the meditation. You know, I usually tell you to get comfy. But really check in. How are you feeling? What are the feelings inside of you? In other words, it's not just one emotion or feeling standing there taking central stage all the time. Sometimes it's a melange. It's a great word. It's emotional melange. It's an empathic, frequency-based emotional melange I'm picking up today. I can tell that my neighbor to the right there is very happy that her vacuum is working because apparently there's some fallout. Oi. Music always helps, even if it hurts. You're letting it out. Yeah. I mean, and that's the beauty of it. If you just really, I mean, I'm not saying that's the path all the way home for absolutely everybody, but I just know that the inner child is there to receive the love that only I can give it. There it is. Like, that's the vehicle, the receptacle, I want to call it the target, but you see what I'm getting? It works spiritually, it works mentally, emotionally, which is to say psychologically. It has an immediate effect on the physiology, right? The emotional release that you have, just in terms of clearing the energy field of empathic stuff that everybody's feeling, because everybody's inner child is like, what's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen, right? And, oh, just push it down. Don't feel it. Let's watch them. You know, let's just ignore what we're feeling. Let's just repress and push it down. No, doesn't work. Doesn't work. It's what got us in these situations. You know, we are the release valves. I'm struggling to keep hope alive. Well, but that's understandable. But isn't it interesting? The mother grace of hope is the mother grace. And that's what the soul, particularly the divine feminine, can give to that child, is hope, to hold that space. This is inner child care. Like the maiden grace, the mother grace, the crone grace, totally easy to integrate with the inner child, right? Because first it gets handed to sister, and then the baby gets handed to mother, and then baby gets handed to grandma, right? And all of those, it is just like the three blessings, you know, Sleeping Beauty. May she be blessed. May she be blessed with humility, hope, and endurance. What wouldn't I do for the right spell? I didn't mean that. I love that movie though, obviously. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn our stuff inward. How do you feel? Like what is that child telling you, right? Like if that child has a voice, and it does, you just might not be used to hearing it. What is she telling you? What is he telling you? And by the way, the child comes to me as male and female and somewhere in between, like however, it's not about the visualization of it. It's a real energy in you, and it's who you are, and it's not who you are. And it's an interesting blend of lead and gold alchemically. And as we heal that holographically, all hearts heal. So it's literally the final frontier is within us. And that's how we heal all of this. Now, the mystics have been saying that for thousands of years. But now, it's just one of those truths that now, like, we're ready. We're ready to do it en masse. I think that is what is happening in the collective. Everyone is acting like it all over one passing. Yeah, right? So it is like if we're seeing childish behavior, like that's the arc of the child archetype in the lead. It's childish, it's the brat. And in the gold, it's the innocent and the accepting, not that it doesn't have things that it wants, but it's ready to see things with new eyes, right? It feels safe. So when we don't feel safe, of course we're going to get childish. But that's why there's just reassurances that only we can give that child. Because it's in a sense, it's the soul talking to the ego. But it's also simultaneously the soul talking to our own innocence. Do you see what I mean? So it's not necessarily exorcism, though it feels that way. It's inner child care that only you can do. And there's so many different ways to do it. Like you can visualize it, you just talk, you can breathe. I mean, so many different ways in, right? Yeah, inner child is saying, pay attention. Is that the ego? But that's the thing. The ego is part of the inner child. The ego is not the enemy. The ego is the densest, still incubating piece of the soul that we have come to awaken and integrate, right? God created everything. God is love. So love created everything. That means everything. You got to go like this. Everything. You're like, even the people I don't like, everything. Even that same episode of Golden Girls that just plays over and over, the murder mystery, everything, all of it, all the time, even outside of time, everything. And all we're asked to do is to check in on our child, really, into a tiny little thing. Well, look, I can understand being afraid of withdrawing from the world in an unhealthy way, but yet at the same time, I have needed to rest a lot. I have changed my recording schedule drastically over the past month because I was burning out so much. Not to mention every planet and its sister tends to be retrograde nowadays. You know what is healthy and what isn't. The case of the Libertine Bell. I have an aversion to the Golden Girls, and it's not their fault. It's someone in particular. God rest his soul. We're over it. So here's the thing. The more we give this child love, it is going to release and be honest and be authentic with us about how it feels. But just even that, to understand that's the empathic part too. That's the ancestral pattern part too. They're not your emotions in a way. They're moving through you, which is hard to not take emotions personally because you're experiencing them in your body, physiologically, biologically, as well as psychologically and spiritually. But the work is the love that you bring to it is the healing agent. You don't try and the emotions. It's not that you need to heal the emotions. So key. The emotions are the sign that the healing is happening. Right? That's the tea. That's the truth. People are like, oh no, I'm sad. I have to do emotional healing work. It's like, no, the sadness is a sign that there's already emotional healing work going on. It's what is the narrative you're going to give to the sadness and what do you want to do about it? Because if there it is. That's how we create our own reality. That's how we co-create our reality with that. You with me? All right. Let's take a few deep breaths and just check in, right? This does not have to be, magic carpet ride to the sub-basement of the underworld, Tartarus, under the lavatories. Because they got to have them. There's still codes down there. The locker rooms, however, of Tartarus are just a whole other different. You think Oz was hot. And I don't mean the Wizard of. So you ready? You ready? Are you ready? Let's see. Emotions being a sign of healing is helpful to think about. And it's just the truth. It's just the truth. It's energy in motion. So you're just kind of doing your part to keep it moving along and out, but in a heart-centered, loving way, which is who you want to be anyway. Natch. Breathe. And again, get comfy. Who knows what breath patterns will come through, if any at all. But that we sort of get comfortable physically, right? Making sure that we're secure. that we can let down our guard and go inside, or perhaps put a guard up so that we can go inside. Doors locked, phones off. Just us with the breath. And just that we are willing to turn our senses inward is a sign of love. To this child, it certainly is. It's attention. It's time and space given. Attention. So we breathe. We add some breath to that space and time. It's not hard to find the inner child. I mean, you can visualize and meditate and say prayers and all of that, but I'm just going to offer this to our collective guides, masters, teachers, gods, goddesses, saints, angels, totems, healers, and ancestors. May our experience with these inner children, individually and collectively, be surrounded by a force field of light containing and protecting what we do together individually and collectively in this moment, live or later. I ask that all information and energy, all healing happen clearly, cleanly, and for the well-being of all under grace and in perfect ways. Thank you. So mote it be, and so it is. Now breathe. Imagine every breath giving that child everything it needs without you having to do anything but breathe. And on that exhale, let it give a little something, a little, give it a little bit of voice. Whatever it is, breathe. Feed the kid. What does it do? Yeah. That was definitely on, and I want to go back to bed. That was definitely one of those. Hi, baby. Breathe. Hey, sweetheart. How are you feeling? I'm just going to keep breathing. And you can relax, because I'm here. I love you. However you're feeling, however you're doing, I love you. However you're feeling, it's okay. However you're doing, it's okay. Even if it's not okay, it's okay that it's not okay, okay? We don't have to overthink this right this second. We don't have to figure it out. I'm just going to love you for a little bit to start, okay? Give you some room. It's okay. It's okay to not know what's going to happen, because nobody does. Nobody ever did. That was an illusion. Say that with me. That was an illusion. That we thought, that everybody thought things were going to go a certain way. Nobody saw this. So it's okay. It's okay to not know, and it's okay to not feel safe, and it's okay to be scared. I'm here. I can feel that scared with you. Scared ain't the end of the world. We've been through scared so many times over things. Really quite the trajectory, kid. You're pretty strong. You're durable. We've lived through a lot. We've lived through a lot of crazy. Our own, but everybody else's too. I love you. Have some breath. Breathe that in, baby. Mouth, nose, I don't care. Just breathe. That's everything we need, they say. I don't know who they is, the angels, the gods, whatever. Everything we need is in the breath, supposedly. You want to give it a shot? Here. Inhale all you need. Let's do this. Breathe that puppy in. You want another one of those? I'll give you another one of those. Okay, here we go. Inhale. Let it out, baby. I know there's a little bit of an FU in there too, wasn't it? That's okay. This has not been easy. It hasn't been all our own, everything we're feeling either. But you're a sweet, sensitive heart, aren't you? You're a sweetheart. And that's a good thing. I don't care what the world says. It's a good thing. I say it's a good thing. Better to be a sweetheart than a closed heart. And it's okay if we want to be a black heart, because then that's a Joan Jett thing, and that's okay. We all have our black heart moments, and I love rock and roll. And do you want to touch my heart? Yeah, it's okay, baby. It's okay, all those feelings, because just because you're the inner child doesn't mean you're not the adolescent and the teenager in there too. I feel you. I feel you. You want to kick them in the nards. I know. You're a tough kid. You have endured a lot. You've got edge. You've got wings. They're just serrated, like really sharp bread knives that you need for baguette. I love how tough you are, and I love your sense of humor. And I love that underneath that is innocence. It's okay to protect that. It's okay to not know how to protect that in every single moment, but we're learning. And you and I are in this together. If I may, it's you and me against the world. Sometimes I think it feels like you and me against the world. And yes, we'll drink lots of water when we open our eyes. But it's not really that, is it? It's this world is our schoolroom and our playground. It's both. It's both heaven and hell at the same time. It's a section of heaven and a section of the underworld all at the same time. It's the Elysian Fields and Tartarus as it's meant to be. And it's okay that we don't get it all the time. It's okay if we don't get it now. I love you. I'm glad I incarnated as you. You're a cool kid. And you're still here. We're still here. I don't know about all those other quantum variations, those other ones that we might have run into a wall, but you and I, we're still here. We're still in the game. It's okay to laugh. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to get angry. And it's okay to want to punch a hole in the wall. Just don't actually do it, because this is usually expensive repairs. And, you know, I'm your guardian angel. Okay? You tell me everything and anything. But the conduct we're going to keep to the high road, the golden timeline, if that's okay. Why? Because that's really where we want to go. That's really where we want to be. Sort of like a spiritual nightclub without all the ego. Well, the spiritual ego, which is, I know, right? Yeah, not so fun. All that uppity, all that ascended master uppity quality that they don't have at all. Oh, sweetheart, I love you, my angel. You're such a good kid. And we can actually have fun today, if you like. The moon's in Cancer. If we need to cry, we cry. We'll just play the empath game. We'll let it out of us, and we'll reapply the mascara. We'll make a day of it, okay? A Tuesday. But whatever day it is. And we've got help. We certainly do have help. We have everything we need. So they say in our breath, everything we need right for this instant is in our breath. our care package from the higher self, from the divine, from Mother, Father, God, Goddess, Zeus, Buddha, Jesus, all of them. Zeus, Buddha, juice. Breathe, baby. Hand on my heart so you can feel me. I love you. I love you. It's all okay. Whatever you feel today, we'll feel it. We'll take time. We'll take space. We'll hit pause. And if we can't, the moment we can, I'm just going to close my eyes, take a few deep breaths, put my hand on my heart, and you tell me every last word. I'm here for you, and I'm here for it. I love you. I love you. I love you. And just breathe, baby. Just breathe in all you need. Let go of all you don't. Three, 2, 1. I love you. I love you. I love you. Rest. I love you. Oh, I love you. I love you, kid. I love you, sweetheart. I love you, Ellie. I'll check in later. Now as you're ready. Wiggle fingers. Wiggle toes. If your eyes were closed, allow them to be the last things that move outwards. Breathe. Well, you gotta do that anyway. Making up for all of those word lyrics like Helen Reddy does. At least I Helen Reddy'd you for filth. Oh my God, let me know you're okay. Oh man, that was powerful. Lots of tears and feels. Welcome to Cancer Mode. Now this is again work that I do every day. It doesn't always manifest directly as the inner child, but it's all the inner child. It's this holographic gestalt. So much inner child. Just call it the inner child, and feed it the love, the compliments. It's lived through all of this so far. Worthy of all of it. Yeah. I did. I even went Joan Jett, didn't I? I'll have a drink for Joan. Really, it should be something stronger than water, but yeah, it's not even noon yet, Eastern time. I'm not a big drinker. But I do have a client at 1 p.m. and I do have 3 videos that I want to do today, and I've already got 1 video edited, a prayer and practice series for, I think it's launching Saturday. I don't remember. Yeah. As soon as you mentioned punching through a wall, well, that is what my inner child started doing. Got it out of her system without punching an actual wall. I know. It's like, well, I love you, kid. It's like you have every right to want to. I love you, because that's the thing. Yeah, it's really good that our parents didn't let us punch walls. If they could stop us, they punched one. They put a hole in one once. Yeah, teenage. I was mal on earth. But that didn't just stop with punching the walls, right? It was really like, you don't have a right to feel that way. It's like, no, kid, you have a right to feel however you feel. That's our job. That's my job. I'm here to love you. I'm going to try and change you. I'm here to love you. And that's a relationship that takes a while for that child to open up and trust. Why? Because lots of people had said, I love you and I'm here for you, and then did really toxic stuff. Right? Right. Yep. Yeah. Good. All right. Well, it seems like I've done my work here. It's time to mosey on. Mark Angela Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, essentially a mother archetype in a male body, but not the only one, certainly. So tonight the moon is void, of course. I don't know. Maybe we should get sleepies tonight. I think it goes void at like 9 something. So maybe no stream tonight. We'll see. They told me to slow down today. They said a lot of things to me today. Oh, go watch I mentioned all of that in the daily read for today, which were all, I think, really good. That I can remember. They were all positive and uplifting, considering I used Daughters of the Moon Tarot. With Tarot, you always take a risk. They were all pretty spot on. Like, they made sense, the angel card with that one. But I also remember them telling me specifically today to slow down, do without doing, and everything will get done, which my grandmother, I think, used to say. I don't remember who that was. Do without doing, and everything gets done. And that this was the cryptic part. They said that everything that every one of us is going through individually is mirrored in the collective, but not everybody can see it. It said when you have the eyes to see it, you will see it. Unfortunately, you already have the eyes to see it, but you can't see it yet. So it's like, we know that there's that unity consciousness, and what we're going through individually is having an immediate effect, quantum effect, on what's going on in the entire hologram. And that's how powerful we are, but we're not seeing it. We have the eyes to see it, but we just can't see it yet. That's the message I got today. Yeah, so check out the daily read. The daily reads, I really enjoy doing them. The first thing I do for the day, and you know, the numbers, I don't think I've ever broken like 24 in a day. And considering I've got, you know, almost 1,500 subscribers, obviously it's not the hottest thing I do, but I really enjoy it. It's like the Mal show first thing in the morning. And I record them really early so that they're the first thing I do. I get them done. I give an astrological report. I pull the cards, whatever they're going to be, And then like I get ready to do this. Like I have another cup of coffee and I do my breath work. And today I'm wearing a little mascara for you all because why not? Moon's in Cancer, right? Melky wanting mommy's attention. Mommy too. Sebastian, Balthazar, damn it. Melchior, bring me the axe. He would try to, too. I have one. I do. Of course I have an axe. I'm a witch. Of course I have an axe. You never know. You never know what you're going to need when you're going to need it. It's a magical axe. Very bad joke just went through my head. See, I'm editing. When I told you to call me that, I know what you need it. What? I mean, it's a movie about child abuse. Why is it that iconic? Well, you grew up in the 70s and the 80s. What would be considered child abuse now is called parenting back in the day. I'll give you something to cry about. Yeah. And that was way before I was a kid, too. Blessed be. We all survived it. And even if we croaked and came back, we still survived it. Oh, dear God. All right. So in terms of mothering yourself, that's a little bit of an odd way to go out for a Cancerian moon Tuesday. But maybe I will stream a little bit tonight just to see how everybody's doing. Or maybe I could do that in the Facebook group. We'll see. We'll see how the day goes. I'm slow and steady wins the race. Cool, cool. This is Jenkins and it's clean. Girl, you're just going for those obscure movie quotes. Anyway, I am going to sign off in 8 minutes or so. Well, of course, if you're watching this later, the daily reads are about to hit. I hope you enjoy them. I will post them to Facebook at all. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of the day. I'm going to get ready for my next client. Hail. Farewell. I love you all. And blessed be. Bye. Mwah.